Careful. Remember, use your fingers.
Good job. Yay!
She's overwhelmed.
That's crazy. You see the water?
What a great day. You could say we're right in the centerpiece of our day today, not the beginning of the end. Let's do another one time. What's it? There's like a word for it.
Just kidding, we're going to downstairs.
So Wes and I were here in our second year of dating, and we made like a mug thing together, like where I painted half, he painted the other half. And this is the first time we've been back. So weird. This is how I feel about the heat. Alright, we're heading out. This has been a long day.
Summer?
She didn't make it. So after Busch Gardens yesterday, I was definitely struggling to have any level of motivation to do anything. I was just totally wiped. But I did manage to look into or kind of learn more about shop launches and how often shops will do that. And some of them are like 4 times a year, 5 times a year. I can't manage that in the next 6 months. So kind of planned out what I want to do for at least the rest of the year so I can start kind of working my way backwards and stay on pace a little bit, but it's definitely not a rigorous, high demand, high performance or release type of thing because I really have no idea where things are going to be when the new baby is here. So anyway, I think she's trying to work my printer. I'm going to take a shower. Also did a couple little sketches today.
The paper stuff, but in the future I will be showing you guys the large order I'm making. I'm gonna be ordering like 10,000 thank you cards and also business cards, just because I'm like really bad at handling inventory and I don't have a space issue right now, so I might as well just get as many as possible.
You're gonna go under it? Ah. Wow. So I was just telling my husband about some of the things I got around to doing today. And basically what I did was map out a mini launch, my first mini launch for this new brand, Willow Well, which I have lots of ideas and plans for, but it's one of those things that you have to start somewhere. And so I needed something manageable before the baby arrives to be able to put out and just get things rolling with. So I mapped out all these things. I mapped out what the products are, the sizes of those things, what I'm going to charge for them, and then how many of those I'm going to make for this first release. Also landed on, I think I'm going to make all of it at home versus doing print on demand because they're all stationary or like related, so it doesn't make sense to outsource those at the moment. And finding myself conflicted because, you know, you do the math and you realize that potential profit is just not that high, and maybe it's an ego thing, but because I was making good money at this last place I worked, and then knowing that I'm gonna have to do all this and set up all this to maybe not even make this much, and even if I did make that much, you know, feeling like that's worth it. But I know everybody has to start somewhere, and this just definitely feels like a step back in order to go into like more of the right direction of things that I want to do long term, and something that feels more in line with my life. It's just a shift, but it feels weird. I'm trying not to get down about it, because at the same time it would be more money than I'd ever made off of my own designs and work. And so that's a big step. It's like, you want to celebrate the little wins when they come up, and maybe it'll do better than I think it will. You don't know until you do it. So try to keep all that in mind, and just, you know, the plan's been made now. Time to focus on making the things, getting more creative and coming up with ideas, and just sketching, and maybe just let people know I'm drawing again, because I haven't done that in a while. So last night I got to making my first sticker sheet, and it's still work in progress, but I got all the outlining and sketching and outlining done. So now I just have to color it, and I was also watching videos alongside it to refresh my brain or how to set up the files to print on Cricut. I think in the next day or two here I'm gonna actually try and print those things. Oh, here it's going on. It ended up being really kind of an exhausting weekend. I'm starting to just be super fatigued when I do too much, and it definitely impacts how much like creative work I can get myself to do. But I think it's just I think it's largely just a consequence of pregnancy. So there's not much I can really do about it beyond trying to eat well and move around some during the day, but just not too much. I mentioned this before, but came up with my plan for the first launch. Then yesterday, I turned on Grey's Anatomy for the first time in like however long, and it's gonna be my background noise while I draw and sketch, because now I just need to start making things. And it was really satisfying because I got through maybe halfway through a sticker sheet, and it made me want to do a lot more, even though that's not in the scope of my first launch. But still took a while, still getting familiar with the or re-familiar with Procreate. It's been a while since I've used it, but I am glad to be back in it. And I have some coloring left to do, but I'll show you guys where it ended up before I keep going. But she just tripped over the gate. But this morning I did a little cleaning and put laundry away. We're gonna do some laundry, and we played for a bit. We played Bluey for a bit. I think we're both a little tired, but she wants to be held. She didn't eat all her lunch. That's okay. Right? That's okay. So during her nap, I think I'm gonna try and finish the sticker sheet, and then we'll see what else I get up to. Maybe I'll just do some more drawing. What do you think about that? You wanna wave? Okay, before I show you my progress on the sticker sheet, I want to show you some of the branding and mood board stuff I did kind of recently too. Kind of experimental presentation mood board type thing I have on Canva that I've been using to gather ideas for Willow and Well, and kind of where the direction of where I want this brand to go so far. So this is the main name, obviously, but then I came up with some designs for the logo and have this hydrangea as kind of the main symbol, but I'll probably end up doing that in my own design at some point. I just snagged one off Canva for the moment. But I like where like this little window situation's going, or this little pill frame. So we'll see, you know, how that kind of unfolds as I keep working on these. This is my color scheme mood board. So I have some basic colors here that I like. And then the hydrangeas again, and the color schemes with that. Definitely more muted than my design brand stuff. But I also have these like linen textures and different colors, and maybe more like stone or marble backgrounds. And I can see those going on the website. This is my favorite page. This is my art inspiration page. So this is kind of the style I would like to stick to or develop into as I make things. Particularly like this image makes me so happy. It's so beautiful. I need to show you. Look at that tiny bird. I don't know who did that, but I should find out and then just love all of their art. because I love, again, the color variation of each of those things, the really delicate line work. It just feels very just pretty and beautiful. I don't know. Same with this one here. I don't know if this is by the same artist, but just got a great look to it. And I'd like to kind of develop into something close to that. And then do patterns like these, and then again, more like interesting color use, which you may not be so natural. And then I like these up here. This is an idea for like a calendar. And this is, you know, a pretty booth. Maybe I could do at some point. So just general inspiration for the color or the style I would like to kind of go towards and develop into. And then the rest of these are really just collection ideas or of themes that I would like to do and get into at some point. Cottage core being lots of flowers and like flowers and butterflies, floral mostly. Farmhouse stuff I would like to do for kids. So just, you know, really sweet little illustrations of different farm animals. Same idea with woodland creatures and just foxes and deer. I think I kind of jumped into this one first, but I thought those were nice. And I also like all the color palettes these kind of have turned into. So this one's got like all the greens and beiges. And then jumping into this more of a deep sea collection I could do during the summer with like the shells and the dark blue and little critters. Same thing with the night sky. It's got this like blue and gold kind of palette. And then maybe one day I'll do a Heaven Sent collection, which is more like scripture related and just cute little, like this one says little blessing. I don't know, I like these. They're just nice. And then I started gathering or looking at Printify for what types of products I might want to use on this stuff. So this, like different tea towels and canvas tote bags, pouches, accessories, baby blankets. Here's some more with like maybe eventually tumblers. I've been wanting to do a calendar for the longest time, and I really just, maybe next year. I think maybe throughout next year I'll probably make one to release the year following. But then journals and Bible covers, I guess, greeting cards, definitely. All of those things I can print through them. But at the moment we're gonna stick with stationery, I guess. Okay, and as promised, I have my first sticker sheet here. It's got deer on it and little woodland critters. So that's kind of what I stuck with. I wanted to have a theme with it. It's not colored in, obviously. It needs to be, that's what I'm gonna work on now. But just kind of filled in a lot of these gaps with little things here. I wanted to have like a midsummer, early fall vibe. So we'll see how the colors can reflect that and if I can get that to work out the way I want to, because I want to release them in August, I believe. So anyway, I'm just happy to have something done. Happy to have something creative done that's not just planning and looking at numbers or a website or inspiration or research. So I feel good about this. I feel good about doing more of this. I don't know. So that's it for right now. Let me work on this more. So I thought I would finish off this video by showing you where my sticker sheet has been left off, which is basically done. I actually have the whole thing designed out, including a border background that will be imposed when I actually get it over to the printer. But as far as the illustrations and the stickers, this is what it looks like. Wait, here, I'll show you. So this is what I'm working with. Look at them. I really tried to stick to similar colors throughout the whole thing. And I'm just so happy with how it ended up. And so the next step is printing this. Again, this is kind of what the border will look like. It'll have my logo at the bottom, or not logo, but just the company name. And that's what it's gonna look like. So we'll see if this prints out as well as it looks here. I just want to make 100 of these. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. It's been kind of an interesting week watching my energy levels completely dip as I enter my third trimester. I think all of the second trimester glow and energy is just like very quickly depleting, and I need more naps than I did just a week ago, apparently. I think I'm pretty happy with the progress I've made so far. I'm excited to get these designs onto paper and see if I can figure out my Cricut machine again. And after that, I'll probably be looking at making some more designs for die cuts to go with it, or maybe a print, or both. This has been really lovely, but challenging, figuring out how to do both the designs and business stuff here, and then trying to remember how to film it for this. But I see all of it going well and better as I continue doing it. So I'm just gonna keep up with what I can, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.